How to be the perfect regista like Sergio Busquets. A regista is essentially just a deep lying creative player who operates between a side's midfield and defensive lines, with the main focus of the role being to move the ball from the defensive to the middle third and further up the pitch into players between the lines of the opposition system. But what makes Sergio Busquets so good at this? Well, I will be using clips from the Spain-Italy Euro 2020 semi-final, as I think Busquets displayed a perfect regista performance in this game. But before I get into that, for cheap good quality football jerseys, retro jerseys and tracksuits, go over to www.jerseyfifa.com, a link will be left in the description, and use code ATLANTISFOOTBALL for 5% off. So Sergio Busquets has played the role of a regista ever since he was brought into the Barcelona side in 2008 by Pep Guardiola. His role in the side was to sit behind Xavi and Iniesta in possession, acting as a player who would receive the ball in front of the opposition's midfield line and either circulate the ball quickly through passes wide or to play incisive passes into players in behind the opposition's midfield. In that deeper midfield position, players like Ndidi, Casemiro and Fabinho are there primarily for defensive reasons, to win the ball back and cut off passing lanes into the opposition's attackers. The role of the regista, however, is far more focused on when the side has possession, being the player to ignite attacks with their passes from deep, very similar to an NFL quarterback in this way. Busquets is probably the best regista in football history, just edging Pirlo in my opinion because of Busquets' defensive superiority over the Italian. I would say that there are 5 components for being a great regista, and Busquets possesses all of them in abundance, and they are 1. Positional play and awareness, 2. Picking the right pass at the right time, 3. Forward passing ability, 4. Reading of the game, and 5. Tackling ability. And with Busquets I will specifically be analysing the first 3 components I've listed, which are the on the ball elements that allow him to excel as a regista. So positional play in possession is key to the regista role. When your side has the ball, you need to simultaneously look to open up space for yourself to receive the ball from one of the players in the back line, but also be aware of your teammates ahead of you. If you cannot receive the ball because of an opposition player pressing you closely, you need to look to make a move in a way that opens up a passing lane from the player with the ball to a player ahead of you, or opens up space for the player with the ball to move forward with it. Busquets did this here against Italy, so we can see here that Busquets' position between the Spain midfield and defensive lines. However, he does not position himself here close to Azpilicueta with the ball. Instead, he's instructing Azpilicueta to play the pass into the right-sided centre-back Eric Garcia, and we can see why. When the ball goes into Garcia, because Busquets has intelligently positioned himself further away from the ball, Barella is dragged away from that position where he can cut off the space for Garcia, which allows the centre-back to push forward into that space vacated and find an incisive pass into Dani Olmo between the lines, and now Spain have gone from having the ball in front of Italy's defensive shape in their own half to having it on the edge of the Italy defensive third. If Busquets had instead taken up a position further to the right side, then this space would have been closed up and Garcia would not have been able to make that forward pass, so we can see Busquets' effect on the side even when he doesn't touch the ball. Busquets' decision making in possession is also flawless most of the time, and definitely an underrated attribute amongst deeper lying central midfielders. We see here that as Garcia is moving back with the ball, Busquets has positioned himself perfectly to open up the passing lane. When he receives the ball, his first instinct is to allow the ball to roll across his body and look for a forward pass. When he does this, he recognises that there are no open forward passing lanes, so instead of forcing a pass and losing possession, he decides to play a simple pass backwards, and from here Spain can circulate the ball. Busquets finds himself in space again, and the pass goes into him, and once again he plays a simple pass to Pedri next to him, but this is the right pass to play, as now Spain can spread the attack out to the left side where the space is. However, as I spoke about in my recent analysis video on Eduardo Camavinga, which will be linked in the description, a deep lying creator needs to be prepared to play riskier forward passes to open up an opposition's defensive shape, rather than just playing simple sideways passes and backwards passes that merely retain possession, rather than starting an attack. You can see 2 clear examples of this in this game against Italy. Here Spain have the ball in their defensive third during the build-up phase. Busquets is playing that regista role in a deep midfield single pivot, so drops deep to receive the ball from the centre-back Laporte. As he receives the ball, he is immediately pressurised by Barella. However, rather than panicking and either going backwards or maybe playing a pass out to Azpilicueta, which would invite Italy's pressing system, Busquets has the composure and awareness to play a disguised reverse pass into Koke, beating the Italy press, and now Spain can progress the play forward through the centre of the pitch, which they do, pushing the attack forward, and in a matter of seconds they've gone from having the ball in their defensive third, being pressurised aggressively, to having the ball in behind the Italy midfield in the final third. The second showcases Busquets' incisive passing ability and vision, further up the pitch this time. We see here that as a pass goes into Busquets, Italy have a line of 5 players behind the ball. Busquets, with one reverse pass, is able to take all of these players out of the game and get Spain into the final third, from where Pedri is able to feed a perfect through ball for a Oyarzabal, which almost creates a goal scoring opportunity. This is a clear example of what Busquets provides in that regista role. He's not necessarily the man to play the pass to create the chance, instead he's the man to play the pass to the chance creator, the assist for the assist. So these examples show just what exactly makes Busquets so good as a regista, and even last season we can see how good he was, as he completed the most passes into the final third of any player in Europe's top 5 leagues with 293 total passes, which shows just how good he is at progressing the ball into the final third with his incisive passing abilities. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that video, remember to subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, check the description for more videos, sign up to my email list if you want the weekly newsletter, follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well, and put your thoughts in the comments section below.